So we're gonna work that clipper over comb. So I'm gonna scoop his hair up and then we're gonna work back off of his face. And this is really just to get the majority of the length gone. And then we'll start working it closer to the head. All right, so now that I've got the length here, I'm gonna go in with the clipper with a guard. I'm gonna start with a 3 guard, but I'm not even fully touching his head until I decide that I like that length. So now I'll do clipper over comb to blend this wave line. So I'll just lift the hair up and work that line and blend it together to that 3 guard that I just cut. Now we're gonna go 1.5. And work up just a little bit around his ear, just to work and blend. Same thing here. And then I'll connect the 2 sides through here. And then I'm gonna go 2 guard. I'll just work to erase any lines. And then I'm gonna start working into this length at the bottom. 3 guard fully open, take off the bottom. Now I got my trimmer. I'm gonna start working the line. So I take that little tip off and I'm looking at kind of where the hair comes up. I wanna get pretty close to that, but I also don't wanna take his hairline up to where it looks unnatural. Now I want to look at what that line's going to look like here to have a nice clean feel to it. Here, I'm going to draw a line. See that line. What I want to do is I'm going to take a little bit of length off of that, and I don't need this to look squared off, so it can have a more natural look to it. So I'm just going to comb down with my comb like this, because the hair is growing up and over. So comb down. And then I'm gonna work trimmer over comb, and then I'll round out the edge. And you see that gives it, it's not super short, but it gives it a more natural kind of look and effect. It's a little trick I like to do. Pull the ear down, put the comb flat on the head like this. This gets the hair out of the, or the ear out of the way, then you can work around the ears. Now I'm gonna let the top out. We'll still do a little bit of blending and texturizing, but when we talk about the top here, I like to go right from this center point where the whorl is, split the head in half there. So I go straight out from where the hair wants to grow, and that's where I cut my line. And I'll pivot from this center point over and cut the hair. Another diagonal parting over. Now I'm gonna push the hair that I just cut to that next section. Use that as my guide. I'm in here, cut. We got the back cut. Now we just got to decide what we want to do with the front. We're going to work across the top like this. I'm going to go across the head like this. I'm going to bring it up, determine my length to start. The goal is to go in here, point cut, get it at a nice length where it can actually still stand up with a little bit of product. Now I'm working across, comb the old section towards the new. I want the new section over top of where it lives, point cutting through it. So all of that, I pushed everything forward and cut. You can see the texture going through it. This, I pull back because I want to add length to the front. So I pull it back to the previous, point cut across, following around the head still. I'm not keeping that length, but it gives me something to work with my texturizing scissor. I want to work quite a bit of texture through this haircut and blending. I'm going to come through here, got my comb, and I'm going to work texturizing scissor up into the hair. Using it a little bit for blending, but then a lot for texture. Finalize through the front. I'm going to slide, start removing that length, but doing it in a sliding fashion instead of just going in and holding it blunt, because that gives it a softer effect.